Good evening. Tonight on Logo, the gay television channel, well, not television channel, but the gay network, they had a presidential forum. They let the presidential candidates come in. They got 15 minutes of fame. They were asked questions by Melissa Etheridge, um, a guy named Joe, who is the head of the HRC, and a guy named Jonathan, who reports for the Washington Post. Of course, all three panelists were gay. The moderator was not gay. Um, I'm going to kind of go over, review the presidential candidates one at a time in the order that they came on the show. Um, I would like to point out that the order that they came in on the show was the order in which they accepted the invitation to be on the show. So Barack Obama was the first person to accept the invitation, and he was the first person up. So we'll start with him. Barack Obama is a hopeful for the presidential election in 2008 on the Democratic side of things. Another point that should be made is that no Republicans showed up for this. None of them agreed to appear on the show. Barack Obama had some really good points. He believes in separate but equal, which a lot of us are not comfortable with. But what he's trying to say is that he will fight to give us the equal rights that we deserve, the equal partnerships that we deserve, so that all federal laws and rights that support heterosexual marriages will support our civil unions. He believes it's up to the individual ideology, the individual religions, to decide whether or not they're going to accept gay marriages, but that the state and the federal government should approve and give all the equal rights to civil unions that heterosexual marriages have. But on that same respect, he is against gay marriage. He does not believe that gay marriage should be the term. He thinks civil unions is much better. He believes it's semantics, and I understand his view on semantics. Gay marriage, civil unions, what's the big deal about the difference in terminology? Some of us really want to be able to call it a marriage, whereas some of us would just are fine with civil unions as long as we get all the rights to hospital visitations, to the transfer of property and land and things of that nature. He's hopeful in returning to core decency. He's fighting against black homophobia in the black community. He did go to a convention with black preachers and told them or asked them, if you know of one couple that has ended in divorce because they saw a man and a man holding hands or a woman and a woman holding hands walking down the street, to bring that couple to him so that he could see what happened. He made, little jitty remarks like that. He believes in telling the truth. He gave good, honest answers, but he skated around some of the issues. Like, he just kept going around them saying, but look at over here. The one thing I will agree with him is he does not speak about our issues only when it's convenient. He speaks about them all the time, which is in good favor for him, which is a good thing. The second candidate was John Edwards. John Edwards is opposed to gay marriage. He is for civil unions. His wife is for gay marriage, so he has his own fight at home. He believes in universal health care, so that benefits would be available to same-sex couples, gay and lesbian youth. He went to a shelter he went to a AIDS shelter in LA and saw that there were homeless gay and lesbian youth there because they had been thrown out by their parents, and that shocked him. He has said in the past that he is uncomfortable around gay people. When Melissa Etheridge posed that question to him, he said it was a lie, that he did not say he was uncomfortable around gay people. He does believe that the gay lifestyle, the gay lesbian couples should be taught to kids in health education, but he's not sure what age it should be brought into the schools. He wants to do away with Republican scare tactics and things like that. He apologizes for the roundabout, for saying that he opposed gay marriage. He does not support same-sex marriage. He believes so the presidents can do away with the don't ask, don't tell policy. Overall, he gave a good, clean, political answer session. Um, my problem with John Edwards is this. He said we all make mistakes. I believe as a presidential candidate, you have no rights to make them. I believe that what you say will stick with you, and what you say should stick with you. He is opposed to gay marriage. Whether he wants to listen to what Barack Obama said and then understand that it is about civil rights, and semantics, it doesn't matter. He came out and said he was against gay marriage. He should stick to his guns. Don't apologize for what you believe in. Overall, he gave an okay speech, but I was concerned because every time they asked him a faith-based question, like for instance, you've come out and said that you're against gay marriage because of your faith. They asked him to explain what in his faith gave him that belief. He couldn't answer it. He went around it. But otherwise, it was okay. Third man up was Congressman Kosnich. Wow, is all I have to say about this man. Kosnich completely is for everything we want. He believes in that love is the only thing that can change everything. He stands for complete equality, for American traditions to be changed to include everybody. He believes in the right to be who we are. He supports ENDA and wants anyone who does business with the United States government to have to support ENDA. He's a very powerful speaker. He's for medical marijuana for AIDS patients. But he also wants to make a Medicare for all so that patients with HIV, AIDS, cancer, everything can have long-term care without having to worry about the burdens of the cost of that. And he will support future funding to put AIDS education about gay and lesbian couples back into the Ryan White Foundation, which is really, really good. So I've covered the first three, and what I'd like to say now is a bit of my personal opinion. Warning, the opinions about to be given are expressly those of me, myself, and I, and nobody else. If I had to pick one of the first three people to really lead, if these were the only three people I had to choose from, and I wanted to pick one to really lead the revolution, it would have to be Congressman Kosnich. He is an amazing light. He had you mesmerized, spellbound. He had you understanding that everybody was equal. He believes in this country. He believes that we need a president that's willing to stand up and fight next to us. And he was an amazing orator. He did a great job of convincing me that he was the man for the job. See, I think that the candidates misunderstood what this forum was for. It was not only to discuss gay rights, but to find out which candidate was the man or woman, because Hillary Clinton's on the show, which man or woman was the person for the job for us. And Barack Obama just didn't do that for me. Obviously, John Edwards didn't do it for me because he's all about religion. Barack Obama did not bring to the table what I wanted to hear from a man who wants me to elect him to be president of the United States. He brought short-sighted answers. He brought a roundabout way of saying things. He did not bring forward what I needed to hear. John Edwards, again, religious, undertones and everything. But man, Congressman Kosnich, amazing job, sir. You brought it to the table. You said everything that needed to be said. You convinced us that you were the man for the job and that we should vote for you. And sir, I hope you get the Democratic nomination because I will damn sure vote for you in the presidential election. I will be saddened if I am stuck with one of these other five men or women to vote for. Because even though they all stand for the same, they're all coming from the same standpoint, you, sir, stood out in the crowd and really brought forth what we were looking for out of everybody. So I'm going to stop this one, and I will do part 2 of the other 3 candidates.